Hey guys, welcome to the HEL-STARs Bourbon podcast. We are at 2023 SHOT Show here in the Core Survival booth, and I am with our guest today, Andrew from 50 Shades of FDE. I think a lot of guys in this industry are pretty familiar with him and his work. So Andrew, welcome. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. I know you're getting ready to pop smoke after this and get back home, but I appreciate you hanging out a little while today and being on the podcast. So.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I was visiting you and everybody here at Core Survival.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I think actually I first met you here.
I think so.
I think we followed each other on social, but yeah, I first met you here at SHOT Show, which was kind of cool. And,
yeah.
Now a few years later, we get to hang out, drink a little bit, and have some fun. If you don't mind, so for those that may not know you, what you do, can you give a little background of yourself and then kind of the business and what you've got going on?
Yeah, of course. I am still active law enforcement. I live out in California, and I've always been a gun and gear guy, so that's my passion. And years ago, I started 50 Shades of FDE. I got my scar, and it was like mismatched colors, and it didn't bother me. I know it bothers a lot of people, but I made it as a joke, and I ran with it. And initially, I was just posting pictures of my scar, and then I realized on Instagram that there are way more guns out there that have more FDE, and I started reposting other things I post that I like, and then it just blew up from there. So I went in when it was good, and that page just blew up. It just went to like 50,000 followers like in less than a year.
Wow.
So now it's been trickled back, but I'm still at, I hit 100,000 this year. So it's still been going good. I do it all on the side, and what I like about doing it is, since I'm such a gun and gear guy, I find products like the HEL-STARs 6, and I talk to my friends in my department and our SWAT guys. I'm good friends with our SWAT guy that does all the acquisitions, and I'm like, hey, do you run night vision? If you do, you probably should look at this, and I think this model right here is what they run now. And I like sharing. The whole point of this is I started a blog as well before all that, and all I'm out doing is connecting the community, teaching other cops about guns and gear that don't know stuff, and meeting people in the industry and being kind of like a bridge and just being a positive learning experience for everybody involved.
Yeah,
So,
I mean the page is great. I mean, most guys I think follow you anyway. You do have a very good following on social. The website's really good. Yeah, there's lots of great reviews on there. So anybody that doesn't follow, make sure that they do follow you. And where can they follow you? What's the exact name for the Instagram and website?
The main one is it's Instagram, and that's 50 Shades of FDE. So the @ sign and everything's spelled out. So FIFTY Shades of FDE all spelled out. And I have a YouTube channel as well. And I don't know exact. I think it should be youtube.com @ 50 Shades of FDE as well. That is not as I'm a busy guy. I got a wife and kids, so it's really hard.
Kid, job, managing all your social, your website, going out and doing reviews. It's busy. I get it.
I don't have a free moment, so I try to do as much on YouTube as well. I got about 1,500 subscribers on that.
Yeah.
So that's my other one. My blog, have my editor. I write for other people, so I write for Gun Mag Warehouse and soon to be Gun University. I'll be writing for them as well. So gun reviews, but mainly Instagram's the best way to see what's current because I'm really fast on Instagram. I can post something up real quick, and the best way to get a hold of me is to DM me there, or if you want me to repost your stuff, just tag me in your photo. And if I like it, I got time, it's going up. So
because you do, I think your page started with you posting like your stuff, your gear,
yes,
and then now it's branched out to reposting when you find cool photos.
I call it a hybrid page, and I see myself as a curator of FDE, or propaganda guy for it. So
I mean, who doesn't love FDE, right?
And,
hey, look.
Yes, and I hate the word influencer, and technically I am one. I became one. I don't like that word, but it does make sense because like a lot of companies do start making, if they haven't, they do start making FDE because how popular it is, and it's kind of cool to have a little, influencing the industry in that way.
Yeah.
So,
I can remember my time in our CDD, research development, like when it was pretty much put out exactly like, hey, everything is going to be, I think it was like Coyote Brown was the color, and there's a color number for it, and the Army had their little color charts, but it was pretty much everything that we made had to be done in that color. It became SOP, like, hey, anytime you're manufacturing something, you're working with a company, it's like, hey, this is the color number, yep, everybody, this is what we're doing. Like, all right, because it worked with multicam, and all that, and there is science behind it, with having all the colors, and that's why you see guys like us, we were running around complete multicam head to toe, helmet cover. I mean, some of our vehicles are wrapped in multicam, and the reason is it makes it a lot harder to tell, is that person wearing body armor, where is the body armor, where does it cover, and or in a vehicle, like how many people are actually in the vehicle. It's all blending, and I mean, multicam works. We've had our pilots in the middle of the day be like, yeah, hey, you guys need to mark yourself, like we cannot see you on the ground. It's crazy, but yeah, very good, man. I mean, I've followed your stuff for a while, and I think you've reposted some stuff I've put up there, and if I got something cool that's an FDE, I try to tag you.
And that's kind of how it goes, like people that all of a sudden I just get tagged from different people, and they're like, that's cool, and then just like, word of mouth kind of gets out there, and then I don't think I'm like that big of a deal, but it's super cool. It's super cool.
I mean, dude, nothing to balk at. You got a really good following. The webpage is done really good. Yeah, man, you do really good reviews. So yeah, keep at it. We got a few questions from some people. We posted this out, and some people jumped on and had some questions that they wanted to ask you. So we'll dive into some of those. All right, let's see. We got, I don't know, butcher this, Trojan Bajan 119. Why FDE? Why not black multicam?
So I started with the SCAR. So that was years ago, before even black multicam was even a thing. So yeah, it's just the SCAR itself. And from me doing this, I asked industry people, like, why doesn't it match? And it's because materials tan, it just anodizing is just that. You look at I've seen a picture of an FN factory where they have all these SCARs receivers just lining up, and this is from like the same batch, but they're all miscolored. That's because the temperature, how long it stays in the tanadizing, whatever, it all affects it. And then plastics have different colors, so just all the different materials on these guns these days. So the only way to really get all matching is to Cerakote the whole thing, all in pieces at once at the same time. But that's for the people that are OCD, and I tell them all the time, if you're OCD, don't follow my page. I'm like driving nuts. So, but black multicam, I love that stuff. My wife is tired of me getting everything tanned, so I kind of like pigeonhole myself a little bit. So she loves black multicam. And she's like, I'm tired of all this tan crap. It's like, I have tan backpacks, plate carriers, everything's in tan.
Do you have a tan suit? You have three-piece tan suit? Come on.
I need to have one.
Yes, you do. That's what you should be wearing around here.
So I do have black multicam stuff. So, but then on the other hand, so like when I post something that's not that darker, the followers get crazy. And they're like, how dare you? This is blasphemous. How are you posting? Where's the FDE? And then so like, I'm like, I like everything. Like, I don't discriminate. Everything's great. So
gotta love the keyboard warriors.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right. Ray Gunn, can you tell us more about you and your background? We pretty much dove into that. Thanks for that question. And Captain Spanky, what's your favorite story to tell when you explain to people what you do for work?
Getting to meet all the cool people here, especially at SHOT. You see all the, like yourself, you're a legend. I see, you see Jerry Mitchell like walking around. That's kind of cool. Like seeing the, yesterday I saw the guys that caught Escobar, Steve Murphy and Javier Pena. They were at the premiere booth.
Oh, cool.
They started following me not too long ago. I'm like, holy crap, you're following me? And Steve was like, he's like happy to meet me. And I'm like, whoa, you're the legend. I'm just a guy on social media. But yeah, that's cool meeting them. Like, things like that. That's the cool part. And then I saw Christian Craig last year on floor, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm good with faces. So like, I saw him right away. I'm like, hey, can I get a picture with you? And then I saw him again yesterday. Yeah, just people that you only see on the internet, you see here, and then all the friends from the industry. It's the only place to get to see them usually.
Yeah. You live in California. I live in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd never cross paths
unless we
out
do
on
a
the
training
road.
thing.
Yep, exactly. So this is a good part of the job. Is coming to SHOT Show. SHOT Show is a great experience. For anybody that's never been, I'm sure everybody follows it. Obviously, you know what's going on. And this is when all the latest and greatest stuff comes out in the industry. I mean, this is the show to be at, and it's not just about the gear. It's about the relationships that you make, the people that you follow in the industry, the people that have influenced a lot of things in the industry. It's a really cool aspect, and it's always fun to be here. And now, this makes it really cool because we get to now, sometimes we'll just sit and chat in the hallway or something. I'll catch up for a minute, but to sit here and then dive into a little bit more about you, what you got going on, and this whole thing is pretty neat. We're having fun with this. Do you use HEL-STAR products? That was from Give It Up Goose.
I do. I'm not an operator. I'm not on the SWAT team, but I like to have the opportunity to be ready to go. I like to have it on my helmet when I do put it on for work, just in case I need to be ID'd.
Yep.
I always have a helmet in my car. You never know. You might have to be doing search and rescue for whatever reason or anything. But anytime you call for help and you have an air asset up, being able to turn on the strobe or visible is great for that reason. Or shoot, I wear my bump helmet to go ride my bike.
Oh yeah.
And I want to be seen, turn that thing on. It's got a lot of practical uses as well. So that's what people don't understand. What certain products, I like to use things that I can use for everyday life too. So I like doing that. Go camping or hiking. You never know. Throw in your backpack. Velcro on pretty much every backpack. Throw it on there. You never know if something happens. You fall off the trail. Just turn that thing on. And, it's got a good battery life. So
it's definitely life-saving piece of kit. I mean, that's really how the company started too. Was trying to make guys more recognizable out there, whether it's in an emergency situation or just to be seen. I mean, we use them tactically a lot, mostly in the IR configuration to be seen, so that we don't get shot by our own guys or aircraft's like, all right, I got movement over here, and they immediately will see the IR beacon and they're like, oh yeah, those are friendlies, and you can decipher. So this is the exact model that you run. So this is the HEL-STAR 6 for anybody that's tuning in that may not be familiar with the products. They're obviously tuning in because they want to hear what you got to say. They might be like, what is all this HEL-STAR stuff? So the HEL-STAR 6, it's a 4-function strobe light. This is the LE TAC model, so this is very common with law enforcement, with SWAT teams, with those guys, just for these color configurations that they have. The way that the light works, just real quick, this is your off and then your mode 1 and 2, and then this switch up top changes generally between your visible modes and or your IR modes. Whenever I explain it, I always try to tell guys it's kind of like a light switch. When you turn the light switch off, it's like going into the dark mode, so that's when you're doing your IR settings. But our LE TAC model has the green strobing, then the red strobing on the visible side, and a lot of guys will use that, just on the range or just to mark themselves daytime, nighttime, low visibility, whatever, just to bring some visibility to themselves in their location. Or some guys will utilize that red if they're on target and let's say something happened, you can immediately just go to that red and the medic can be, oh, there's a red light, and just shoot right to it, right, if they see a red blinking light. And then when you turn the lights off, right, we go to the IR mode. The first setting, and this is a setting that I am very passionate about on all of our strobe lights, is the dim IR. And the reason for that is, as we're all operating under nods and at night we're using these IR strobe lights, most all companies, and for years we've all had IR strobes that are just a bright IR strobe, right? It's like you thought, oh, I need to be seen from the sky, I need to be seen from everywhere. But the problem is when you have to mark yourself and other guys around you are under nods, that constant, it doesn't matter if you're looking in that direction, I can be looking down here and somebody over here has a bright IR strobe on, that light is flashing in my tubes. Like there's so much light being passed around in the area that it lights up your tubes, it gets annoying really fast. So that dim setting, you could pretty much, if you were wearing this, I could stare right next to you with my nods on and look and see what I need to see, and it's not overpowering, it's not flashy bright in my nods. No issues. So that's a very popular setting that a lot of guys run all the time, tactically on the LE side, on the government side, Army, Navy, Marines, everybody. And then the last setting is a brighter IR for when you do need that bright, but we did a steady on this one. just makes it easier. So if you've got guys in an overwatch position, watching two teams move, just staring at something bright, flashing gets annoying over time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it though. I mean, 123 batteries got built-in tie-downs, Velcros right to the helmet, kind of shaped, fit on the head. Switches are really tactile, so you can tell what mode you're in. But yeah, that's the model you guys are running. A lot of SWAT teams across the country are running that right there. It is a really good piece of kit. It's been a great.
Switches are tactile, so like there's no mistaking there's one, the next one.
Yep, exactly.
You can just feel it with gloves.
Yep, yeah. As soon as you go up there, wherever that thumb, you can tell what mode you're in, or anytime you switch modes, you know it. It's pretty distinct. All right, so we got. Yeah, I might be thinking what he knows his favorite part of the kit is here, but Medic 1212 AZ. What part of your kit do you feel is most important?
My line of work, if I'm going out on one of my runs, we'll go full kit, armor obviously to protect you from getting hit with rounds. But for me, like usually in law enforcement, your radio is your best friend. So if something happens, you want to get that call out, your position, backup's going to come to you. That's probably the most powerful asset right there is kit. Other than that, med kit, I always carry one. Doesn't matter. Tourniquet's always on me. Little med kit, some chest seals. It's always on me, no matter where. All my cars have med kits.
Oh yeah.
And knowing how to use it.
Yeah, that's key. Yeah, you can carry it all you want, but if you don't know how to apply it, don't know how to use it, then it's not doing you any good. Yeah, I can definitely see that though. The radio, very, very important. I know my dad was a cop for many years, retired from law enforcement, and I always remember him, just you can't outrun the radio.
Exactly.
Whatever you're trying to do or maybe get away from, or the situation, you're not outrunning that radio. So you're just gonna call ahead or call in somebody else to help you out.
Usually you're by yourself or with a partner, and you need help even you can call out. Depending where you're at. Some rural guys, or I know some rural cops are an hour away or backup, which is gnarly, but it does happen. So your radio, your backup's already delayed, and you don't even have a radio to put it out. Backup's never coming. So.
It's always key. Making sure that thing's got plenty of juice or a spare battery around too, just in case. You don't want that bad boy to go down. All right, so we are here at SHOT Show, right? 2023 SHOT Show. What you've had a chance to walk around. We are day 2, right? You lose track already. Day 2 of SHOT Show. Did you get to see anything cool, different, anything grab your attention?
After going here for a few years, you just go like, oh, SHOT Show. Like, I kind of get jaded. But range day, I kind of came in with that attitude, and I'm like, it's another range day. But I went and stopped by Olympus Arms, and they have this AR-10 that has a reciprocating barrel and bolt, and I love my SCAR, but this thing was way cooler than that.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the whole thing, when you shoot, the whole barrel goes back, so and it ejects the spent casing as it's going back forward, which is kind of weird. But the recoil impulse is feels like a 5.56.
Wow.
And it's got a huge brake on it, but still, that was one of the coolest things I shot. The Laugo Alien is a cool pistol. Walther's PDP is pretty nice. And then on the floor, I've seen HoloSun's little imaging site. That's kind of neat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one's it's like a little box that goes on your red dot. It's got a little thermal on it.
Oh, okay.
And then they have a night vision one too, but the thermal is pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of thermal.
For that price point, if it works well, I mean that's a great little thing.
Oh, good.
And they're saying MSRP is like $1,500 for
What?
thermal. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, because everything else is way.
Oh yeah. Minimum. I mean, that you're talking most stuff, $5,000. I mean, there's some handheld like FLIR's got their Breach. That's I'm sure prices have changed a little bit with all the increases, but somewhere around $3,000. That's a really good piece of kit. I know there's some new stuff coming out on the thermal side, some smaller type stuff. That's some projects that are being worked right now. But yeah, that's cool. I need to get up there and look at that.
Yeah, that's a cool place to check out.
Good. What so you're doing some of your reviews, right? So when can folks start to see some of that stuff trickle out? I know you're getting ready to head home. You're gonna get caught up, or did any trickle out yet?
The hard thing, the hard thing here is I'm running around trying to hit everything in 2 days, and finding time to stop to post things. So I've already posted a bunch of stuff, but that's only a tip of the iceberg of what I'm gonna post. Instagram's gonna have everything in the immediate future. As soon as I get home, we'll be posting. Written stuff will be probably Gun University or the Mag Life, which is the Mag Life Gun Mag Warehouse blog. That's where I'll be writing stuff for. You'll see the written stuff there. And so mainly Instagram is the best way to see all my stuff.
So go to Instagram, check out all the latest and greatest current drops that have been done, over these last 2 days that Andrew's been working on, and then stand by for the articles and the more in-depth reviews. But I'm sure, and if you follow his IG page, you'll see the links to everything, or you'll see where and when those articles are going to be dropping and coming out. So looking forward to reading some of that stuff, because this show is so big. And it's growing so much more every year now. They've got stuff up on the 5th floor. There's stuff in other buildings, like other hotels. It's crazy that in the, for you even just coming to walk it, there's no way you can see everything in 2 days. It's impossible to see everything in the 4 days that this show is. Not saying add another day, good night, but it is. It gets overwhelming. There's a lot of traffic here. It's a cool show, but we'll definitely look for the latest and greatest stuff to come out from you. And then let's talk a little bit. I mean, this is our HEL-STARs and Bourbon. We talked some HEL-STARs. We talked some FDE, and we'll talk a little bit about bourbon that we have this time around. So I selected an Old Forester. Can't go wrong with these. This is their bottled in bond, so it's 100 proof bourbon. I'm just drinking it neat right now. No ice, no nothing. Normally I cut my bourbon with some ice. I like my bourbon cold, but I mean I have some of just the hard rocks that you can throw in there cold. I actually have some 762 ones. Yeah, they look like 762 rounds that you just leave in the freezer, and then you can drop them in your drinks just to cool them without diluting it a little bit. But this is a pretty good one. I've had this. This is a staple in my collection. Quite a few of the Old Foresters are, but that's our bourbon for today. And then before we wrap up, anything, I know we talked a little bit earlier about kind of, we wanted to talk before we closed out a little about sort of the industry. I want to talk a little bit about Mike and everything he's going through, let people know if they don't know how they can help out.
Mike, Knockout Lights on Instagram. He, all the rains we had in California, his property got hit pretty bad. He's devastated. So from what I hear, insurance is not going to cover most of it or any of it. I don't know, but he's in a tough spot. So there was a GoFundMe that's out there. Either I shared it once in my stories, but I think the link is out there. If you need it, you can DM me and get you the link. But he could use some help.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. And he's always been a nice guy. I met him a few times here at SHOT. I don't know him too well, but he's always been nice to me, and he's a member of the community. And to me, he helps people out, but I learn a lot from him by watching his videos.
Oh yeah.
Things drills I never thought of. Things to do with carrying. He explains it all
really good content. He runs some great classes. He puts out really good content. If you guys aren't following him, make sure that you do follow him. But he went through hardship. Everybody's seen all the flooding, everything we've got going on in California right now. His place was absolutely devastated. So that's talking about Mike from Knockout Lights. Make sure you guys do check his page. But Andrew did start a GoFundMe, or you just shared it.
I shared
you didn't start it.
I
shared. Somebody started one. And guys, I think there was some people that were, everybody loves to, keyboard commando everything. Look, guys, he's been through a lot. Totally lost everything. I mean, I saw some of the videos. He's got mud in his house, almost knee deep. His tractors, all of his equipment. I mean, his range is wiped out. All of his targets, steel. I mean, his shipping containers that he had a bunch of that stuff in were completely moved. I mean, it was bad, very bad. And he is, for the past few days, I mean, just out there still slopping around in mud. But could definitely use some help. So you guys, even if you just send him a note, I mean, he's very busy and he's already replied to some people. But if you're in the area and you can give a hand, definitely, if you've got a little extra monetary funds that you could do, then get that to him. But definitely, guys, reach out to him and give him a few words of encouragement or send some funds his way if you can. Everybody could use a hand, especially in that situation. So, cool, dude. Well, I really appreciate you hanging out a little bit longer today.
It's nice to be able to talk and not run off and
I know.
be crazy.
Yep, get bombarded by everybody. But dude, this has been a blast. We'll definitely have to do it again. Next time we'll have to bring you to Florida and knock it out. But another episode, HEL-STARs and Bourbon from SHOT Show 2023.